first SCP content farm of the night is SCP-1000, aka Bigfoot, a very well-known SCP. Just how badly are you gonna fuck it up? Item SCP-1000, Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. All media reports related to 1000 are to be examined for potential verifiability. All organizations and individuals investigating 1000's existence are to be kept under surveillance by Mobile Task Force Zeta 1000 and discredited or administered amnestics. All physical signs of 1000's existence must be retrieved and kept in Foundation custody and replaced with decoy items if necessary. Alleged sightings of 1000 must always be investigated by MTF Zeta 1000, however trivial the claim. I just saw the picture, the text under the photo. Still from unverified immature footage. Wait, hold on.
What's up?
Fuck's sakes, I hate this fucking computer. I hate this fucking computer.
Well, great.
You can now be heard.
Okay, we can be heard.
Which means everything from the start no one heard, but you can only hear my voice.
God, this is a fucking BFRO. This is a trash website, which I guess is to be expected. But let's see. From BFRO, which is basically just the quote unquote the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, which is basically just a hub for people to go to and say, "Hey, I think I saw the big man." Put this into perspective. I think this site's been around for about 10 years, and it's currently has, what is that, 731 sightings just in the state of Washington.
Oh, God.
Let's see, California, 467. Ohio, 3,331. Why does Ohio have it? They don't have like a comprehensive, like, total sightings listed, which is, this is an awful site. Let's see, they also track Canada, British Columbia, 125. Like these are like an absurd number of incidents for a single task force to be dealing with.
Yeah.
Is the point.
Also, hi, random person.
Hey, Rando.
Yeah. Absolutely no contact with wild or captive instances of SCP-1000 is allowed without prior approval by Director Jones. Any interaction between 1000 and humans, including Foundation personnel, must be reported to Director Jones immediately. Description: 1000 is a nocturnal omnivorous ape classified in the... How do I say this?
Hominy?
Hominini branch, along with genera Pan and Homo. Sorry. Tallest range in size from 1.5 to 3 meters, 5 to 10 feet, in height and weigh between 90 and 270 kilograms, or 200 to 600 pounds. They have gray, brown, black, red, and occasionally white fur. They possess large eyes and good vision, a pronounced brow ridge, and a... What the fuck? Is that sagittal?
Sagittal crest.
Sagittal crest.
I feel like we've had this exact statement before. You know when you see a picture of a male gorilla and they have like the big dome head?
Mm-hmm.
That's the sagittal crest. Like
Yes.
they have kind of like a conical
Oh.
head.
Sagittal,
That's the sagittal crest.
sagittal crest on the forehead similar to that of the gorilla.
Oh, who could have guessed it?
But present in both sexes. Their intelligence is on par with that of pan-troglodytes, the common chimpanzee.
I forgot that I forgot that that's the fucking scientific name for chimpanzees, troglodyte. I only know that word as, like, when people use it to say cave. They're calling the chimps cavemen.
Yeah. That 1000 evolved alongside Homo sapiens, existing contemporaneously with proto-humans and humans in large numbers from 10,000 to 15,000 years ago. When an extinction event eliminated all but 1 to 5% of their population, this event was triggered by 1000 contracting an anomalous pseudo-disease, classified as -F1. This disease is passed on at the genetic level and affects every present-day instance of 1000. The majority of 1000 instances are born immune to the effect. Those who are not born immune quickly die. The effect of F1 is as follows. Any hominid, including humans, chimpanzees, bonobos, and non-immune instances of 1000 that directly or indirectly observe an instance of 1000 has a minimum 2% chance of being instantly killed through anomalous means via permanent cessation of brain function. This percentage is cumulative, and the longer a human views 1000, the higher the chances of instantaneous death increases, at a rate of 1 plus 1% chance per 20 minutes of viewing. This effect varies between individual members of 1000 species, with some individuals carrying a death chance of 90%. The effect is also produced by dead individuals, though small first samples do not exhibit the effect. Known means preventing this effect are small scale and only include redacted. See attached document level 3 clearance required. Because of 1000's close relation to humanity, it is considered likely that F1 could eventually transfer to human carriers. Any instance of 1000 finding its way to a major population center will constitute an redacted class in the worst scenario, with a minimum death toll of redacted and possible extinction of humanity. It's the first time I remember seeing XK being redacted. I guess it didn't exist back then?
Mm.
Fortunately,
Also,
huh?
I am proud to announce that I have a fen,
Nice.
and he is suckling on my shirt because he does that. He's like 3 years old now, and he still does that. He's just a baby.
Let's give him the shirt. Fortunately, 1000 appears to instinctively avoid human contact, and it is not currently feasible to exterminate 1000 entirely. The highest known population concentrations of 1000 are at present located in the Pacific Northwest region of North America and the Himalayan mountain range in Asia. As of redacted, these populations remain extant. 1000's presence and data expunge have also been documented within the past 5 years on every continent. All known significant populations of 1000 located near human population centers have been eliminated. 1000 came to the attention of the Foundation's via contact by Dr. Franz M. Redacted and 14 Redacted when the Children of the Sun, who identify themselves as outcast members of the Serpent's Hand. This group has since been completely destroyed by the Foundation due to their reluctance to surrender information about 1000, SCP Redacted, and SCP Redacted. Since reclassified as SCP-1000 Redacted and 1000 Redacted, remaining members have either joined the Foundation or have gone into hiding, presumably as members of the Serpent's Hand. Weapons, tools, and other unique pseudo-technological resources in possession of the organization has been classified as 001 through redacted. These resources have been made use of by the Foundation in multiple instances. For a full list, see document 103534-Y, Level 3 clearance required. Access to surviving ex-members of the Children of the Sun is restricted to personnel with clearance level 4/1000 unless given direct authorization for contact by Director Jones. Okay, I will say this. They, even though it says right here they might have gone to the Serpent's Hand, uh,
Mm.
it's highly unlikely because a lot of the Serpent's Hands group want the Children of the Sun dead because of what they do. They really do not like
Mm.
the Children of the Sun.
Yeah. Although that's assuming that this group would be like not undercover while doing so.
Right. Basically, random person, the knowledge that's supposed to be stayed secret with the Serpent's Hand, as well as certain anomalies, they give to other organizations. In fact, the Children of the Sun has given information to Marshall Carter and Dark, and even on two occasions, Chaos Insurgency. So yeah, the Serpent's Hand is very particular about them. Why they're also why they're called outcast.
In other words, this is an SCP version of
Yeah.
Snitches Get Stitches.
Yep.
One moment, I'll be right back.
You
A
want us to keep?
fly landed in my coffee. There's
Oh.
almost
Rip.
no flies in the house, but one managed to find my drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I do agree. Oh yeah, I forgot his fucking. I forgot that it's an unregistered SCP, but basically, I remember this one person who knew about the Serpent's Hand. They had enormous abilities. I forgot what it was. It was barely anything, and they went to who they thought was the Serpent's Hand, but was actually the Children of the Sun, and they got sold as a slave by Marshall Carter and Dark after the Children of the Sun gave it to them. I felt so bad reading that. I was like, what the
My Fen. He's the bestest boy.
So let's just say this Children of the Sun is probably the one Serpent's Hand group that isn't a good Serpent's Hand group.
I mean, yeah. Honestly, at this point, like the only proper way to put them is a disgraced Serpent's Hand cell or section.
Yeah. I wonder more about that one SP that gets stronger and the more people know about it. Oh god.
What?
What a random person says, let's inform the world about that one SP that gets stronger the more people know about it.
Secretly, Fen is that SCP,
Oh my
and
god.
I am spreading awareness of my Fen so that he becomes unstoppable, and he'll take over the world or something. I don't know.
He's a
I
cat.
love
He'd
that
take over the
creature.
world without you if he wanted to.
You think he hasn't tried?
Oh my god.
Yeah, he only wants your love. And other
Aw.
love. And snacks.
That's the thing about him. He is the most attention motivated cat I have ever encountered. Like he will be in a room where my mom is like opening up a can of tuna. Every other cat in the room is fixated on my mom, but he's over here trying to get affection from me.
Aww. That is
He is
so
my
cute.
boy.
Yeah. That's interesting, random person. Yeah, anyways, back to the SCP at hand. Further information is available to personnel with clearance level 3/1000 or above. Personnel with clearance level 3/1000 or above are required to read document Alpha 1596-1000. Addendum 1466-X update to special containment procedures. As of redacted, 1000 special containment procedures are no longer include procedure 516 Lumina. Data expunged indicates that 1000 may be developing a resistance to the sonic element data expunged will not develop further, so that procedure 516 Lumina can still be used in emergency situations. Investigation into alternate means of reliably keeping 1000 away from human population centers is underway. Whether 1000 resistance to procedure 516 Lumina was calculated, and as such may be a sign of 1000 redacted or coincidental by a chance of natural species variation, is not known at the time. Alright,
Here, I'll read this note.
alright. Level 3 clearance required, document Alpha 1596-1000, missive from Director Jones.
You've probably heard the rumors before now. Everyone without the clearance level to know better wants to get their dig in. Did you hear Sasquatch is an SCP? We're gonna capture and contain the Bat Boy next? Yes, SCP-1000 is Bigfoot. I'm sure you've snickered. Don't worry. Contrary to rumors, we don't actually assign you to Keter duty for finding something humorous. You think Bigfoot is funny because we want you to think Bigfoot is funny. We've bankrolled Hollywood comedies and farcical documentaries, paid off men in gorilla suits, perpetrated hoaxes with bear prints and goat fur, bribed and brainwashed cartoonists to get especially silly depictions on children's television. Even the term Bigfoot comes from us. Planted to the media in 1958, a term people would find even harder to take seriously than Sasquatch. Why? We'll get to that. The information in this article that you've already read isn't entirely true. There are two direct lies and plenty of lies of omission. There is no such thing as the anomalous pseudo disease, referred to as SCP 1000 F-1. SCP 1000 does not possess a magical death aura. In fact, SCP 1000 does not directly exhibit any anomalous effect whatsoever. We also lied about SCP 1000's intelligence level. SCP 1000 aren't chimp level smart. They're smarter. To be precise, they're exactly as smart as us. That brings us to the lies of omission. That's what this letter is for. The lies come from me, so I figure the truth should come from me as well. This is the story we got from the Children of the Sun, defected to us. It's a story we didn't believe, refused to believe, at first. As you've already read, the apes we call SCP 1000 evolved alongside us. We walked in the daytime, they walked in the nighttime, our nocturnal siblings in the shadows. But while we were still wandering hunter-gatherers, they changed, like we would a few thousand years later. Tools, weapons, agriculture, domesticated animals, stable settlements. As humanity blinked in the Pleistocene sun, SCP-1000's population exploded across the night. They blanketed the planet in the tens of billions. They made things that we still can't comprehend, even though we've thoroughly studied the surviving pieces. Organic technology. They made trees and birds of prey grow into fast moving ships. herds of animals that became trains, bushes that became flying vehicles. From insects and pigeons, they made things equivalent to cell phones, televisions, computers, atomic bombs. The children describe vast shining cities, stretching across glaciers and penetrating the deepest caverns. Grown sky ships of ivory and spider silk, creatures tending them with hundreds of blinking eyes. We were rare, like gorillas now, a few 100,000 left at best. We avoided their settlements just like wild animals today avoid ours. SCP-1000 understood we were intelligent like them, but avoided us just as we avoided them. Saw us as fairies, as gnomes, ascribed us supernatural powers, said we ate bad children while they slept in daylight. They fenced off our dwindling wild populations in conservatories, outlawed poaching, but in the underground, consumed our bones as aphrodisiacs. Then their civilization fell, and we did it. By we, I don't mean the Foundation. By we, I mean humanity. The story is muddy. Supposedly, a trickster forest god showed humanity favor, showed us the master's tools and how to use them. Why we did it, we don't know. Perhaps they hunted us. Perhaps we were simply afraid. Perhaps it was just that they fenced us in, unintentionally or not. We simply don't know what the truth is. Somehow, we acquired SCP-10,000's own technology, and with it, we instigated an SK-class dominance shift in which humanity became the dominant species of Earth. We wiped out 70% of SCP-1000's population in a single day. The Day of Flowers, the children called it. Supposedly, every flower bloomed that day, while our enemies died in their sleep. Then we hunted the rest down, but we went further than just killing them. With a few of the more twisted of SCP-1000's devices, we drove the survivors mad. Even those hiding beyond our reach. We trapped them in their own minds, blocking higher functions and leaving their bodies to fend for themselves like an ordinary ape. We slaughtered their living machines and burned their vast shining cities with SCP-1000's bioweapons that reduced everything to slurry and dust that washed or blew away in spring rain and wind. We left no traces, not even our own memory. We turned one of the weapons on ourselves, wiped out any knowledge of SCP-1000 and the greatest civilization the planet had ever seen. Only a few humans protected themselves from the effect, kept the forbidden knowledge, just in case. The rest of us went back to being hunter-gatherers, none the wiser. Which brings us to today. You're going to read all about this in the Level 3 documentation, but I'll give you the short version here. SCP-1000 are somewhat regaining their forgotten intelligence and knowledge. Maybe they never truly lost it. We don't know. This is why the ever-increasing number of Bigfoot sightings is so worrying, why the attempts at contact, however indecipherable, are even more worrying. Yes, SCP-1000 are just like us. That's what makes them so dangerous. We wiped them from history and memory. We dissolved their civilization and slaughtered most of their species. Just ask yourselves, if they got the chance, what would they do to us?
Fair.
I have thoughts, but I'll save them until after the article is read.
Yeah. Alright. Addendum 10056-D instances of 1000 have tried to make Contact Foundation personnel on multiple occasions. Most of these attempts at Contact have data expunged. Untranslated, though recent attempts show that some instances of 1000 are capable of communicating in English. In serially anomaly reports, Addendum 104-Y, certain acquired documents contain extensive references to 1000. Relevant is that the documents appear to be composed by entities associated directly with the location known as the Wanderer's Library. Context or significance of document details not yet clarified. Addendum 276-A, numerous anomalous objects with a known connection to 1000 data expunged prior silical interact is it iterations? There we go. As one example, 227
Cyclical iteration.
cyclical iterations. As one example, 2273 may not have a point of origin in a parallel timeline, but a prior iteration. 2932, 2511, and other sources living cultural insight into 1000 or variation all present consistent inconsistencies, which may be used to create a fuller picture of the nature of these iterations. The conclusions are uncertain. I think after we read the document, we get a quick glimpse of what these anomalies are to make sure the video does correct if they do mention it.
Okay.
Yeah. Addendum 276-Q, special report data expunged. This unnumbered black box anomalous item anchored underneath the structure is likely the most significant anomalous object known to have been utilized. Central to understanding 1000's anomalous capabilities, including capabilities not developed directly but exist from prior data expunged modern day relevance to the Foundation and to society at large, a scenario of general containment failure. Log 1000-AD065-X1 follows a rough translation of recent 1000 attempt at communication with Foundation personnel on redacted. So Hedge, do you want to read this one too, or?
No, this is just a transcript of a translation. You can read it.
We forgive you, given the choice for now, not forever. Let us back in. Alright, so while I'm pulling these SCPs up, what is the thing that you wanted to say, Hatchet?
So, one, I still hold to the existence of SCP 1000 being the single strongest example of why the SCP Foundation is an error and why the Serpent's Hand is objectively, as well, as far as I'm concerned, objectively the most moral path forward in a world with anomalous things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But second, and I don't know if this is a criticism of the writing of the SCP or a criticism of the SCP Foundation or criticism of that particular guy, but you have to notice
Mhm.
that, like, I had to take notice that the assumption that they would do the exact same back to us or worse, at the very least to me, rings very similar to a lot of colonial responses to liberatory movements, like land back. You'll hear like the white Americans fearing the concept of land back because they think that natives want to effectively do the inverse of what we did to them
Oh yeah.
or do what we did to them back. And it's commonly it's like a really common thing used to reinforce whiteness and colonial power structures. So I find it interesting that that's there, and I don't know if this is a criticism or just like me pointing out the similarities to how the Foundation is reacting to this.
I mean, if you think about it, this is the first time the Foundation believes that a certain race should be annihilated.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the Fae. Like, they actually
Yeah.
saw the factory as being really evil and should be destroyed. And then they almost wiped out the entire race.
Yeah. At least in one timeline.
Yeah, so this is an out of
Uh,
the norm foundation.
I suppose I should ask, as the actual native in the call, am I handling this discussion reasonably well, Jiri?
Well, technically, I'm part native. I'm part Blackfoot. And I did not
Oh, yeah.
grow up in any of the Blackfoot cultures that exist in none of the tribes. I have an
Right.
idea which one my family likely came from, but yes, you are correct.
Yeah, I was
Uh,
saying that as in like to defer to your experience and how I was putting it.
you are correct.
Alright.
Yeah.
In reality, natives don't want to do the same thing back to white people. They just want their shit back and to be left alone.
Yeah.
That's it. Just stop poisoning them and kidnapping the. Oh, stop.
Yeah. Anyways, I want to go ahead and read a quick description of the 3 SCPs mentioned.
As a side note,
Yeah.
Rando says, look, if we boil it down to the most basic aspect, they're really just giving the Scarlet King a lot to go on here. Yeah.
2273 is a humanoid entity believed to be of extra-universal origin that consists of 2 parts. Dash 1 is believed to be a non-anomalous male human that shares a symbiotic relationship with an anomalous organism. Dash 2, this organism completely covers Dash 1, leaving no epidermis exposed. Notable physical characteristics of Dash 2 are as follows. A chitinous carapace that forms a secondary exterior skeleton, compound lens giving to 273-2 approximately a 270-degree field of vision and approximately 90 degree of binocular vision. Earth tone coloration, visually similar to military force patterns camouflage, advanced musculature that integrates with Dash 1's musculoskeletal system and allows 2273 to carry an estimated 1,200 kilograms in addition to its own weight. Proboscis, similar to and function to that of Musca domestica, locally known as the common housefly, used by Dash 2 to procure nutrients for itself and its host. Color scar
Okay,
tissue. Huh?
I will clarify that word is proboscis.
Oh, proboscis. Got it.
Proboscis. That one got mangled so bad it took me a second to realize what you were saying.
Colored scar tissue similar to in nature to tattoos corresponding to military patches and badges. These include where not only to flag insignias, rank insignias, name identifiers, and unit insignias. A fully functional organic radio transceiver capable of transmitting both encrypted and unencrypted audio messages over a wide bandwidth. S2273 is incapable of normal speech. AM radio receivers must be used in order to conduct interviews. Additionally, it is believed that Dash 2 shares its circulatory and nervous systems with its host. Okay, so 2273 is approximately 2.1 meters in height and 290 kilograms in weight. Dash 2's exterior is heavily scarred from both forearms and shoulder blades. Upon recovery, these areas bore open wounds. 2273 claims the weapon nacelles.
Wait, what part are you on?
Right there. I'm assuming that's nacelles?
Claims that weapon
I could look up how to pronounce that.
cells. Yeah, that's how I'd pronounce it.
Alright. Yeah, nacelles were previously mounted at these locations. All in tattoo patterns are in Russian, indicating that 2273 was a major in the 22nd Armored Infantry Division. No such unit exists or has ever existed within the Soviet Union or the Russian Federation militaries. It is fluent in Russian and German. Alright, that's a quick description of.
Rando says,
Huh?
Rendo says, "Oh, this is the alternate dimension Russian guy."
Yeah. So that's a quick discussion of 2273.
He
Oh
eventually joins the Church of the Broken God,
my god. Alright.
Oh,
if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's pronounced Nacellus.
let's sell this.
Okay, so let's just get a quick description of this one. Alright. SCP-2932 is a massive organic structure located in the Reserva Comunal El Sierra in eastern central Peru. Externally, 2932 consists of trees, vines, and other plant life that has been formed into a large dome structure. Lying around the exterior of 2932 consists of an array of bioluminescent bulbs that grow from within 2932. These are species that, until discovery of 2932, was not identified, along with many other instances of plant life that exist throughout 2932. The dome structure itself is indestructible, and attempts to damage are done often result in retaliation by aggressive and hostile mobile plant-based organisms that act as guards to 2932. The main door to 2932, located on the south side of the structure, cannot be opened without authorization from an entity located within 2932, or without authorization from a genetic matching organism that exists near the entrance. Okay, I can see 1000 making this, based on what they made before.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
But yeah, the guy that can't leave the suit, I believe, eventually he finds peace in joining the Church of the Broken God.
Sweet.
Oh my gosh. Alright. 2511 refers to a series of phenomena involving a population of approximately 10,000 species of 2511-A. Details of said phenomena are as follows. A mass teleportation event that occurred on July 8th, 1999, whereby approximately 10,000-A instances were displaced from their native habitats in northern Kyushu, specifically in the Japanese prefectures of Fukuoka, Saga, Nagasaki, Kumamoto, and Oita, to water bodies throughout Mongolia. When displaced -A instances exit Mongolia either on foot or via vehicle, they will spontaneously disappear upon crossing Mongolian borders and remanifest in a location within Mongolia. The ratio of -A instances to Mongolia to those outside Mongolia is such that the former is consistently larger than the latter. If -A population in Mongolia becomes less than that outside Mongolia, additional -A instances will be displaced from outside Mongolia until the ratio is maintained.
What the fuck?
2511-A refers to a species of bipedal amphibian humanoids physically resembling the Andreas japonicus, Japanese giant salamander, yet possessing mammalian traits such as in the presence of hair and mammary glands. Average height and mass of 2511-A is 1.50 meters and 60 kilograms respectively. -A's native language is an unknown language linguistically related to the Japonic language family, although many are capable of speaking the Saga dialect of Japanese. -A is typically native to settlements found in rivers in northern Kyushu, although the population of instances have been found in Mongolia due to 2511. So basically, 2511 is just an anomalous event that just forced a bunch of Kappa to go to Mongolia.
Uh, yeah.
I would say I would never get in the way of those Kappa.
That's actually
I don't even
funny.
think they're. I I don't even think the Kappa are actively doing it. It's just happening to them. They're just
Yeah.
being teleported to Mongolia.
Well, yeah, but like I said, I wouldn't get in their way. Even if they're being forcefully teleported to Mongolia, I don't know how to do it, and I'm not going to get in their way. They're probably upset and confused. Imagine being from Japan to somewhere in Mongolia.
Oh my god.
Trying to think, don't Kappas in myth like fucking eat people's livers?
Yes, because the liver is supposedly like some soul thing. But rather than livers, they prefer to eat your soul, which for some reason is supposedly up your butt. But if you give them cucumber, they will leave you alone.
Oh my gosh.
Man, let
This
me let me clarify. I say this with love, but Japan's fucking weird.
also, I feel even more bad for these guys. Dash A's most distinct physical trait is the hemispheric concavity on the head, with an approximate circumference of 35 centimeters, usually filled with water. If less than 25% of the concavity's volume is filled with liquid, Dash A will experience full body paralysis.
Oh my. Also, another fun fact, one anime made jokes about the butt soul thing by like basically joking that the kappa would touch your butt if they wanted to eat your soul. So it's better to give them soul-shaped candy
I
and they'll
know
leave it alone.
I know what you're thinking of, random person. It's one of the 900 SCPs. I forgot what its number was.
All I know is that I'm pretty sure I now slightly better understand some of the hentai I've seen. Moving on.
Alright, you ready for a thumbnail?
I do remember those. Yeah, she would get viscerally angry and probably murder you if you called her a kitsune.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she hates furries, yeah. I don't know, did she ever actually give her opinion on furries, or was she just, like, trying to get food? I don't recall.
she definitely voiced that she hated furries and she hates being called a kitsune.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, what am I looking
But she
at?
also hates humans, so
Yeah, true.
What?
Maybe the hating furries is just kind of a part of hating humans.
I think it's because furries will dress up like animals, and she feels like her foxness is being mocked.
Yeah, random.
Aaron, why are you
Also,
laughing?
Aaron's apparently having a conniption. Let's see the image.
What?
What the fuck is this?
It's the thumbnail.
Why?
Well, I can't give it a number for being stupid, so I guess 0. I want to give it a 1 or something, but
I
it,
I guess like the most who made this? Like that's the thing. I hate that I don't hate it.
honestly,
I
it looks like someone, while they were toking a bit, made this, and they're like, "Yeah, this is good, man. This is
yeah,
perfect."
like whoever made uh this thumbnail just ate like half of the giant weed gummy.
No, no. If they ate an entire half, I don't think they'd be able to move enough to draw it. They took a big bite.
Fair enough.
They took a big bite and they hallucinated a bit. They were still for a few hours and then they drew it.
Okay, so I Rando says I love it so much. I yeah, I begrudgingly have to agree.
Or they
Um
just, like took a hit and decided, yeah, I'll just draw this and drew it while they were toking.
Okay,
so
I wanted to see the symbol on the guy's uniform is supposed to be the children's sign, so I looked up a symbol. The first thing I see is like a chart for groups of SCP groups or interest alignment chart. They put the UIU, FBI, in the SCP universe, in lawful good, Foundation neutral good, GOC and chaotic good. Church of the Broken God and lawful neutral. Martial card and dark, true neutral. Dado and chaotic neutral. Church of the Fifth and lawful evil. Chaos Ascendancy neutral evil. And circuit cults and chaotic evil. I think that's the only correct one. Correct one.
Yeah, I needed the migraine to get worse. Anyway, I say we be generous and just give this a 0.
Yeah. It's not really clickbaity, it's just stupid.
It's not that, the only...
It seems accurate, except I cannot see that symbol being connected with Children of the Sun in any way.
Yeah.
I can't find it being connected with Children of the Sun. I don't know what group that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, Bigfoot seems chill. True.
So
I think
it might just be a 1 simply because that is not a symbol of theirs.
I'd be fine with excusing that.
Yeah.
I don't think we should excuse it just because it's mostly fine.
Plus, we don't know if that's actually supposed to be the Children of the Sun.
I mean, it seems pretty obvious from the context, but...
Yeah. And plus, I did look up, I couldn't find a Children of the Sun symbol. I saw a symbol for the Sun SCP and a Children of the
so,
Leaf.
I found some symbols, but none of them looked like that.
I was gonna say the only thing that kind of had me thinking to push it to a 1 was the implication that Bigfoot and or the Children of the Sun were out to get this random kid that's running away.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, the fucking kid running away makes it so much better. So I say we just give it 0.
Yeah. Anyways. So you see how it says written by Dr. Gears right there?
Let me guess, it wasn't actually written by Dr. Gears.
Deadly Moose wrote it.
That is an awesome screen name.
That is a very good screen name. And it's a very bad crediting from the video.
So most like what they did is that they just changed the last bit of in the link, the number, and just copy and paste.
Yeah. And moose are deadly. They are. They are the most deadly deer. You could almost call them danger deer.
Are we ready?
Danger deer. From now on, I'm exclusively calling moose danger deer.
Did you know that orca sometimes eat moose?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for them. It sounds like a challenge, even for an orca.
Okay.
Anyways, we ready?
Different.
Yeah.
Oh, SCP-001 proposals are Dr. Gears under different usernames. Moose do occasionally swim. True.
Alright.
Danger deer.
Now watch this bullshit in 3, 2, 1.
For wildlife marshal Will and Holly, every day was like a vacation at his new job. On most days, he didn't have to answer to anyone or even answer the phone. He just sat in the watchtower and watched TV or was on his phone. It was nice to finally have a job away from people.
Rocking chair.
One evening, after he had just finished up the last of the paperwork for the week, Will and Holly decided to stretch his legs and take a walk through the forest. His phone was dead, which he had planned to charge before he left for the night, but the sun was setting, and he didn't want to miss it this time. He grabbed his phone and coat and locked up the watchtower. The forest was huge, one of the biggest in the region. For as big as it was surprising there weren't no problems.
Forest.
Yeah, very open.
I didn't live in a forest, and I saw heavier forested areas in where I grew up, which I will repeat, I did not grow up in the middle of a forest. I grew up in a suburban area.
It kind of just looks like he's taking like this shot makes me think that they're just walking through like a living fence.
Yeah. Uh, also, I don't think I talked about this. I, when I was little, I used to grow up in this one place. I hated going down this road. It was always terrifying. It was nicknamed the Hollow because there would always be a fog and the trees were so fucking tall that they would cover the light. So it was really dark in a fog. Kind of like what you would see in a horror movie.
Yeah, that sounds like a vibe though for
Yeah.
an adult version of us that
Oh
likes
yeah.
horror.
I would definitely go down there again if I can find it. I don't remember what road it was. Yeah. Anyways.
It was like it was the one place where everything was all right. Will and Holly took the elevator to the ground floor. On the way down, he gazed at the sun, thinking about how he couldn't wait to get out there and see it up close. After a minute, the elevator door opened and he stepped onto the grass.
Do forest ranger stations have elevators?
I would imagine some of them. Maybe? It
I've
sounds
been
excessive.
to forest ranger places, and the ones I've been to weren't even towers, so I mean, I guess some have towers. I've just never seen it. I just worked at two different national parks at two different summer jobs.
Huh.
One was in the middle of a forest. So
I think like the standard like pop cultural vision of one of those places is as a tower, which like it logically makes sense to have those be a tower or on an elevated place so you can see larger amounts of the forest. But
yeah.
it's like one having an elevator, I suppose it's possible, but that'd be like a bougie for a bougie forest.
I actually looked it up, and it depends on the age of the forest station. In fact, the Forest Glen station is actually home to the DC Metro's longest elevator.
Huh.
So yeah, there
Huh.
are forest stations that do, for a fact, have elevators.
Huh.
That
Well,
is weird.
It's weird.
It's one of yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I feel like you could significantly cut down on potential maintenance.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like for people who are having to spend absurdly large amounts of their lives up in those towers and occasionally have to get down quickly, it would definitely be more convenient to have an elevator. Imagine having to get all that equipment up or down out of there. Or
Oh
like for some
god.
emergency, you have to move the equipment out of there.
Oh
You just have
god.
to go down fucking several flights of stairs. Sounds terrible.
Yeah. Anyways, 3, 2, 1.
He started walking along one of the trails that winded further down into the forest. Everything was
Wait,
quiet, calm, and
okay.
peaceful.
Back up. That man's I don't mean literally back up. That guy, either his head is placed
Oh god.
very wrongly,
I
or
see
he
it.
has the biggest hunchback.
Yeah, I see it. What the
Like I just ah
aim for the
I
bushes.
genuinely like on the still image where the guy Quasimodo eat your heart out. If I like in that still image where his head was behind the tree, at first I thought it was meant to depict a bear.
I'm gonna say something that'll probably hurt you. It's not that he has a hunchback, but his neck was placed on wrong.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it's either he has the biggest hunchback or his head was placed wrong.
Yeah, his head was placed wrong because his head's not supposed to go there. It's not supposed to go there.
His head's just on his right shoulder.
Yes, it is on his right shoulder. Actually, yes, it is. And
New superhero on the scene. Head shoulder man.
No.
Shoulder head man.
This poor spine look like?
It's
Scoliosis.
No, it's not scoliosis. This is not scoliosis, Aaron. Just it's doing.
Yeah.
His poor spine is doing.
Yeah. I like how we're constantly stopping and we haven't even seen Bigfoot yet.
Obviously, that's kind of normal.
Peaceful. He walked for what only felt like 10 minutes, but it was already dark. Much darker than he thought it would get. The thick trees were blocking any sunlight that was still around. He started to wonder if he somehow got turned around while he was walking. He realized he wasn't really paying attention to where he was going. He grabbed a
It's just a big black hooded figure awkwardly strutting around in the background.
A random person that can't type correct.
I can't. This is their best video thus far. Genuinely, like, the memeability of this video is top tier. Everything blurry. I think this video is gonna kill Rando. I think, Aaron, let's just give a 07s in chat for Rando.
Oh my god.
It's okay, random person. Don't let the stupid kill you. If you laugh to death, who will watch us?
In the arms of the angel. Dear God, that's a shot. Okay. I'm still laughing. What the heck? Time to make it worse. Aaron, replay the clip. It's like a Michael Jackson moonwalk for. It is a god charity.
I did not mean to put that, but that's staying there.
Anyway, replay the scene.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, Aaron, you can just move back a little bit on the progress bar at the bottom.
There we go.
All right, let's watch this again.
trees were blocking any sunlight that was still around. He started to wonder if he somehow got turned around while he was walking. He realized he wasn't really paying attention to where he was going. He grabbed a flashlight from his tool belt, but when he tried turning it on, the batteries were weak, and the amount of light it gave off was barely enough to see in front of his feet. In desperation, he reached for his dead phone, hoping he could use any remaining battery for the flashlight. Will and Holly kept hitting the phone's power button, but it wasn't turning on. He even tried radioing for someone, but there was no one on the other end. Of course, the one time I do anything is when everything decides to go wrong, he thought to himself. He kept using the one scene and slid down and yanked
Did they use the picture of Bigfoot like a weird sock puppet?
I can't. This video's gonna kill me. This video's gonna kill me. Why did he peekaboo?
that shit. What I meant by like a sock puppet thing was, you know how they like sometimes put the images, the picture images on a stick and then have it go up and down on like a little stage? That's what I meant.
Yeah, I get you. Yes, Festus. What do you want? Random person is dying as well. I'm sorry, but we gotta go back again. We need to see that fucking.
We don't need to watch Bigfoot.
You're overruled.
I'm laughing hard enough to
I just realized how stupid his badge looks. Is that actually a badge or a picture of the sun?
They 100% just took a clip art picture of the sun and called it good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see Bigfoot pop out from the left again.
Of course, the one time I do anything is when everything decides to go wrong, he thought to himself. He contemplated making a 180 and walking straight back in the opposite direction. Maybe that would get him back to the watchtower, but he didn't want to risk getting even more lost. That's when he heard a noise of leaves crunching under the weight of something, or someone behind him. He turned his head slowly to see what was there, but he didn't see anything. He tried not to panic, and knew he either had to keep going or try to find his way back. Then he heard another noise, even closer this time, which freaked him out. He took off through the dark forest, narrowly missing hitting trees as he sprinted as fast as he could away from whatever was getting closer to him. He could hear the heavy beats of footsteps catching up to him. Will and Holly turned to see what was chasing him for a split second, and that's when he ran straight into a tree.
What is this video?
Just fucking barreled straight into a tree. Suck Festus.
Why is Flash a park rangers? This video is more funny and not actually SCP.
Okay.
I'm good.
It's like this video was designed specifically for my sense of humor. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Hitting his head and knocking him unconscious. Will and Holly's eyes could barely open as he started to regain consciousness. He woke up on the side of the street to the sound of passing cars. He touched his forehead, which was now pulsing with pain,
the side
and
of the
realized he
street?
really did get lost.
I think they were referring that the Bigfoot carried him to the side of the street.
But what do you mean the side of the street? What street? You're in the middle of the forest.
It was not unconscious. That's right.
That man was very bad.
Yeah.
Lost in the forest the previous night. He stood up and looked around, puzzled. He wondered how he managed to get out of the forest. If he didn't do it himself, then who did? Will and Holly was too freaked out and decided to put in his 2 weeks. Welcome to SCP Exposed. Today we bring you Keter class subject number 1000, also known as Bigfoot. But before we begin, be sure to leave a like and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future SCP cases. But first, a word from our friends at Para Books. Attention all SCP.
Alright, amazing product, but also fuck you. Wait, with the fucking ad here, there's only... We're halfway through the video.
Facing the camera. I think it was meant to be facing the camera. Because they've only got the one drawing of Bigfoot to use.
Yeah.
They're not drawing him.
They could literally draw another picture.
Not going to.
Yeah, but that would take effort, and they're not going to do that.
They already drew their own art.
They already drew one Bigfoot. That's enough.
They know how to animate. We've seen them do it. They do it crappily, but they know how.
I stand by my statement of they already drew a Bigfoot. They're not going to draw a second Bigfoot.
Wait, my Twitch mobile ad is fucking up. Is it down?
Selling honeycombs to this random man in Riverwood.
I couldn't see.
God, it's been so long since my mouth cramped from smiling. Okay.
So, Twitch Mobile app is broken, and that was what I used to see chat. So that's great.
Well, that sucks.
Anyways.
And pair of books. Thank you. SCP-1000 is an elusive, large, omnivorous ape classified in a hominini branch along with genera Pan and Homo. The adult instances range in size from 1.5 to 3 meters tall, or 5 to 10 feet in height, and weigh anywhere between 90 and 270 kilograms, or 200 to 600 pounds. The color of their hair varies as well, and they are nocturnal creatures. Their intelligence is said to be on par with that of the common chimpanzee. 1000 evolved alongside modern-day humans, existing in the same time period with humans in large numbers until 10,000 to 15,000 years ago, when an extinction event eliminated all but 1 to 5% of their.
Are they referring the meteorite?
What?
They killed the dinosaurs, killed the Bigfoot race.
I think we somehow need to put marks on the modifying or adding of violence, because they're basically covering up a genocide with a meteor.
Well, this is still them, like, in the part of the article where they're purposefully leaving that out.
Also, bad map.
Fair
Bad map.
Yeah,
Let's not look
it
at
is
the
their
map.
bad map. We're not going to talk about the disaster of 2025 when the entirety of the Middle East was spontaneously engulfed by the Mediterranean Sea. We're not going to talk about it.
Also, here's
We're
the
also
thing.
not going to talk about Australia being turned into a little square.
Wait, is there a random island floating off the map?
I think it's supposed to be Australia.
Well,
No,
which
no.
one? There's several.
Oh, you're right. There are. You know what? Let's press play.
Also,
Yeah, the North Pole is melted.
what I wanted to say is we almost have a bingo. If we can get ableism or anti-woman, those two, we get a bingo.
All right.
Well,
Time to see if they make
haven't
Bigfoot
had any
ableist.
women in the entire video yet.
True.
But we haven't seen ableism.
We also haven't seen anyone who wasn't white, because it's only been the one guy.
Yeah.
Also, are we just not going to acknowledge the fact that they just randomly depicted a fucking Bigfoot casually standing in a containment cell with a D class?
Yeah.
As some random doctor saying, play nice in there, you two.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
I think my brain erased that.
Yeah.
Population.
That's fair.
This event was triggered by a Bigfoot contracting an anomalous pseudo disease classified as one.
Why are you?
Why are they watching him shit?
Why? I don't know.
If I was sitting in the middle of the woods, I wouldn't want some camera up my ass. Let him shit in peace.
Oh my god.
I have officially seen everything a content farm could possibly put in front of me. I'm staring at a white-ass Yeti in the middle of North America, shitting in the plains.
Oh, you're right. There's no trees. It's not the forest.
He's shitting in the plains as the meteor falls.
Is it spinning?
Because
about 1,000?
it barely feels like it anymore. It just feels like a collage of stupid Bigfoot images.
Yeah.
Also, this proves that they did draw Bigfoot more than once.
Oh, fuck, they did. Oh, God.
And they chose the second time drawing him as him shitting in the plains.
Yes.
I think what they did here is they drew him once, and then they started puppeteering him
Yeah.
like one of those little paper puppets in
This
Photoshop.
doesn't look exactly like the other picture.
Well, it doesn't look exactly like it, but it's like I do think they did draw two different Bigfoot, whatever. And it's just like this one, they're puppeteering like this.
That's fair. This is just a weird pose to pick.
Yeah. Anyways, 3, 2.
The shitting pose.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
I am so
00-F1. This disease is passed genetically and affects every present-day instance of the SCP. The majority of instances are born immune to the effect. Those who are not born immune die soon after birth. Because of its close relation to humans, it is deemed likely that the disease could eventually transfer to human carriers. Any instance of 1000 heading toward a major human settlement could constitute an end-of-the-world scenario, possibly causing humanity's extinction.
The fuck is with that drawing?
he looks like how I would draw a dwarf when I was younger.
He looks stoned out of his mind.
Colors are
Like,
kind
I
of
have taken all my years of advanced technology to make the best token. Smoke with me, brother.
I don't know what he's I don't know what he sees, but I know he's not seeing me.
Yeah. You
Maybe
have
he's
420J.
Oh, maybe he did get 420J.
Perhaps he found one of the fun mushrooms.
Oh my god.
420J is, I believe it's a living piece of the giant living. Huh?
420J is the world's best weed.
Yeah. I thought it was alive for some reason.
Well, I mean, it's a plant, so technically.
Yeah, see? There.
This is dried. As a side note, everyone, this is a reminder. You can do it. You can get through life. It may not be very good right now, but you can go forward. Don't give up, because at some point you might find yourself watching a stream of this video.
With the highest Bigfoot you'll ever see.
You may, yeah, if you don't take yourself out, you have the chance of seeing the wonders of high Bigfoot.
And just so you know, I've seen a lot of Toker art, and this is still more high looking than any of the stoned Bigfoots I've seen drawn.
Yeah.
He looks more stoned than like some of the drawings I've seen of Shaggy stoned.
Man. Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah, anyways, 3, 2, 1.
Fortunately, it appears to instinctively avoid humans, though some instances have
Wait,
tried
what
on
is he
occasion to make
doing?
contact with Foundation personnel.
I'm just gonna
Recent attempts
assume at
reveal
this
that-
point he's rubbing.
Oh.
What
Man,
are you
I have a
doing?
horrible brain. I was like, what is he doing? But it's just him sitting down.
Well, no, this is a different scene to him strangely gyrating in the leaves.
Oh no.
But now they're depicting Bigfoot.
Also, I just realized they put his head on the wrong spot on his shoulders.
Listen, everyone has shoulder head.
Yeah.
No.
Everyone new has shoulder head. I mean,
no.
You can't see it right now, but my head's on my shoulder.
Also, I know I draw necks too long, but at least I draw the necks. Where is Bigfoot's neck?
It's in there.
Where?
Random
Somewhere.
person says, I saw I know what's going on in his head. He's having a real good time.
Yeah.
Anyways, 3, 2, 1.
Some instances of SCP-1000 are capable of communicating in English. There have been accounts of civilian persons encountering 1000 in the wild, with one of the first occurring in 1792. In an uncovered journal, details about a monstrous creature the locals had named Matlog were found. According to the journalist, its body was covered in black bristle-type hair, and its skull was similar in shape to that of...
They've gone off of the SCP file and started going into actual accounts of Bigfoot, which has nothing to do with the SCP universe.
Oh my god. And then they copy and pasted the description of the SCP.
I just...
What is this video?
My full disclosure, I was fully expecting that I'd have to leave early tonight because I've been dealing with a migraine, and it's only gotten worse, but I ain't going anywhere. Okay, let's continue.
Of a human's, but much larger, with fangs instead of teeth and hands like claws. Over 150 years later, a similar account was discovered in a nearby location when a trapper was reported being carried away shortly after making camp by the Canoe River. The witness describes being taken to a location where at least 20 instances of the creature were present. Upon seeing the creature, the man ran back to the village 45 miles away to report what he had seen.
Yeah, fuck you. This is just actual, like, I can recognize, like, the mangled source that this Bigfoot sighting is coming from. It sounds like one of the earlier accounts of, like, what white guys came and started, like, of Sasquatch, like the original Sasquatch.
Yeah.
They're just squatting.
Why are two of the Sasquatch that he spotted just squatting to shit and other just laying down?
We've got chill squatch, we've got shit squatch, we've got Slav squatch.
Anyways.
Wait, is he watching one of the other Sasquatches shitting?
Yes.
Yes, that's what Slav squatch is into.
Also, the story of how they were annihilated is way more entertaining than what the fuck we're watching.
This is, so, let me clarify. The story that he's telling now sounds to me very similar to, like, what was one of the earliest Sasquatch sightings, quote unquote, in which a white guy went to, I think it was a First Nations group in Canada, got to talking with someone, and they talked about how one of these women was taken by the Sasquatch people. Specifically, the Sasquatch to this tribe were wild men, like actual other humans that just didn't live as a part of their tribe out somewhere else. That's the origin of the term Sasquatch.
Oh no, they're fucking idiots. They're white idiots.
Yes, they are. There's very, very good video I'll recommend about, like, the quote-unquote Native American origins of Bigfoot from Trey the Explainer, where he, like, really digs into all of these, and it's absurd. But point being, I think that is, like, the story that this YouTuber has, like, jumbled up and mashed together and is now telling us. Despite the fact that that story has to do with, I don't know, the actual cryptozoology of Bigfoot in our real world, it has nothing to do with SCP-1000.
Yep. The actual Bigfoot mythology is different than the SCP Bigfoot mythology. And I will forever call it mythology because white people made it up.
Well, you see, my only issue with that is it's disrespectful to other mythologies. Zeus doesn't deserve to be lumped in with this fuck shit.
Okay, that's fair. How about we call it the Tall Tales of the Hillbillies?
the tall tale of the whites.
I've
Tall
heard.
tales are like the less old cousins, like the less old, more like backyard versions of mythology.
I think it would fall into folklore, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
again it's
tall
again
tales and folklore are kind of the same thing.
yeah, but it's like it's on a level of stupidity that it feels disrespectful to the word folklore. Folklore is too high of a word to
Are
put
we
on
gonna stay with the
cryptozoology
word
most of
tall
the time.
tales?
Tall tales is fair enough.
Term, I mean.
Fair enough.
Anyways, we're ready to continue the
Tall
video.
tales, basically stories people tell that tend to be folklore mythology, only they're more made up. I'm not sure how else to describe it better.
I wish I genuine a large part of me, like, this is a part of why I find cryptozoology so fascinating, is, like, it can, one, like, give genuine, very interesting bits of insight into, like, various elements of the human psyche and, like, how we create monsters out of things when we're stressed, scared, or, uh, affected by various cultural influences, and then there's the other side of it that's, like, the um the fearsome critters stuff where it's just like purposeful bullshit that people tell each other and have fun with. Why can't it just be that all the time? Because sometimes it just gets to this point where it's like, oh, this is just racist. Like there's no other word for it. It's just rooted in racism. And it's
Yeah,
sad.
Bigfoot's mythology may be interesting, but it's also rooted in racism.
Yeah.
They
Like
even try to say like, "Oh no, Native Americans made them up first." No, they didn't.
no,
No, they didn't.
they like the people who are saying that are simultaneously the people who are going out there and writing books where they purposefully redact information from these various cultures or
Yeah,
purposely go against
natives
the
have come out and say that this is bullshit.
and like purposely go against like the official stances of various extant tribes. Like there's still several of these tribes still alive, and the people from these tribes that live on these reservations and are exposed to this shit are regularly saying, "Hey, stop that, please. Please. Could you not? Could you get your stupid shit out of our cultural space, please?"
Anyway,
Because like that's the other thing is like some of the supposed Native American Sasquatches that are like pointed to are like actual sacred figures.
Yeah,
So
they're
it's like
not like an
even
entire group of people.
yeah, like
They're like,
it's like actual sacred figures that like even saying their name is considered taboo,
yeah,
and like it's just so fucking disrespectful.
yeah.
It's so disrespectful. Anyway, Aaron, I apologize. You've been trying to continue the video for like 5 minutes, but you had to have known that this is where this would eventually lead.
honestly,
Yeah.
Cryptozoology
it's
brain
still
go first.
related to the video. You're ranting about the shit they're
Yeah,
adding to a video that's supposed to be SCP, not real life.
yeah.
Oh, my alarm. This is bad timing.
The final
Like
brain cell.
hell, here's another way to put it. A part of why I love SCP-1000 is because I feel that it fits into the real world. Like it has a very interesting
Mhm.
uh um
I feel like they take a lot less, they remove the racism origin from the actual Bigfoot tall tales and add a version that still includes racism, but it's not racist to create the story, if that makes sense.
yeah, like the
Like,
the way I would like barring understanding the original author's direct intent, test Warhammer 40K. It's IRL racism and yeah. But like um the way that SCP-1000 operates feels fundamentally to me like a commentary on the racism displayed in cryptozoological spheres around Bigfoot. Just like taken through a different lens, right? Like viewing these fictional creatures in a very similar manner to how colonizers view the colonized, and drawing attention to that fact. Anyway,
Yeah, let's finish this horrible video.
yeah, let's finish this shit. At this point, I think it's fair to say that they're not going to include the actual what SCP-1000 actually is. They're just going to
Yeah.
start rambling about.
I think I know why they're not going to include it.
Don't want to talk about racism.
They want to pretend like the humans are always right.
That's fair.
Yeah. Which means if they did the factory, they would have shown the Fae being so evil and the factory being a good thing.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
Anyway, let's
In all versions of the factory, it's evil.
Yeah.
Also, Rando, I have attempted that before. It's very hit or miss on whether it helps, but thank you.
Anyways, in 3, 2, 1.
Scene. The test subject first came to the attention of the Foundation by Dr. Franz, along with members of the Children of the Sun, alleged outcasts of the Serpent's Hand.
That
This
is the
group
children.
has since been disbanded by the Foundation.
They misdesigned Children of the Sun. That is not how they look.
No.
Also, why are they all black?
I think I think this is like going back. They have one drawing that they use for like cultist type characters, and like they make them super black to like have them be shadowy under the cloaks, but they just don't they just don't consider how that appears.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I feel like that's one point of racism simply because how bad that looks.
No, 100%, I agree. It's just like I'm basically describing what I think they were trying to do.
Yeah, and I agree. They might have been trying to do that, but one, that's not the Children of the Sun symbol. While I don't know if they have a symbol, I feel like a symbol of the sun would be more accurate.
Yeah.
Facial. Yeah.
You know, isn't there one video game that has a sun cult somewhere? They could have grabbed something from that if they wanted to be lazy. There are so many memes of praise the sun. They could have used something from that. Come on.
I forgot what game it is, but I know what you're talking about, Jerry.
Yeah, and I think it is like, I think it should be very clear. Like, the main issue here is.
Oh, random person has a point. They do add facial details.
Yeah, it's another thing to have full person facial details. Yeah. Like.
Yeah. They show the ears, the hair, the wrinkles in the brow.
Yeah, and like what I'm trying to formulate my thoughts because it's still off in Bigfoot land.
That's fair.
Don't go to Bigfoot land.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna put that in quotes.
Okay. I want to. Yeah, the thing I want to clarify is like, it's one thing to like depict like someone or a character looking that black, like super dark black like that, or like just having no pigment at all. It's a whole other thing to depict that, and then the only reason they're there is to be part of a shadowy cult-like organization.
Yeah.
Right. And the only reason I'm putting it this way is because I'm thinking of a character from My Hero Academia whose like quirk is literally that he merges with shadows. So his entire body is completely black because he's like literally becomes one with shadows and darkness. And like to me, that depiction feels fine because it's like a fantasy bullshit thing. In this case,
No.
it's not that. It's not like that at all.
Yeah. Anyways, play in 3, 2, 1.
Due to their reluctance to surrender information on multiple SCP instances, including 1000. Remaining survivors have either joined the Foundation or gone into hiding, presumably as members of the Serpent's Hand. Weapons, tools, and other unique resources retrieved from any basements are
Yes, Aaron?
I don't think these would be the 1,000 tools that were mentioned in the article.
Well, if it was like technically, we're still in the part where it's like trying to act like these are actually chimp level intelligence. In
Yeah.
which case, this feels like this feels like something the Foundation would make to like trick people and say like, hey, look at these tools from the Big Feet. It's like, oh yeah, those are tools from the Big Feet. That's interesting. They definitely aren't human level smart. They're just they just have those.
Yeah, but I like the tools that they show is a pickaxe, a spear, and a spoon.
Aaron, honey,
Yes.
that's a fucking club.
Oh, is that supposed to be a club? It just kind of looks like a
That
spoon.
and I can't even fault you that much because there are clubs that look a lot like spoons and paddles. Also, is everything all right, Jerry? I just noticed you're muted.
Oh yeah, you good? Jerry
well.
says nothing.
Silence. Silence of the Jerrys.
Silence of the lamb.
No, I said silence of the Jerry.
Oh, while we're waiting for Jay to answer.
Just realized I was muted on the phone. I'm sorry. So you didn't hear
Okay.
anything I said. Okay.
Oh no. What happened?
F.
Well, I had to switch to my phone because I need to flip the switch downstairs.
Oh. You want us to continue?
Yeah.
Alright. 3, 2, 1.
classified as -001 and up. These resources have been made use of by the Foundation in multiple instances. Access to surviving ex-members of the Children of the Sun is restricted to personnel with clearance level 5 and above, unless given direct authorization by Director Jones. Any and
That's
all
not
media
how they
reports
would look.
Local more spots alleged
I don't know if
Bigfoot
they would
and night.
wear clothes. Let's be honest.
related to one
Oh, neighborhood. Wow. Oh, SCP news. Wait a minute. What?
SCP News.
This
I
content farm apparently says that Foundation has their own news channel.
I highly doubt they would ever do something like that.
I mean, yeah, that goes directly against the core principles of the Foundation too.
SCP news. Nothing has happened.
Nothing has happened. More at 8. 8 o'clock. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning into SCP News. Today, and then it's nothing but like a loud redacted sound. Like the screen just goes black.
Oh my god.
Honestly, I can see either Laughing or Bobble doing this, like SCP news. You know, they would.
Well, yeah.
Well, they would definitely not put anything on there.
I feel like I feel like the group that I would imagine to do something this stupid and goofy, the most likely to do something like this would be gamers against weed.
Oh yeah.
We need that now. A gamers against weed created SCP that's just like an occasional SCP news network that shows up and starts reading out like safe class documents.
Oh my gosh, they would.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on under Yellowstone. Bigfoot is not real. There's no snake god in the Indian Ocean. The economy is fine. And if you ever see a giant lizard monster yelling disgusting, no, you don't.
Anyway, this is
000 are to be vetted for credibility. All organizations and individuals investigating 1000's existence are to be kept under surveillance by Mobile Task Force Zeta-1000 and discredited or administered amnestics.
Oh my.
We've got the fucking sewage in a syringe again.
It's unlikely anything they put in a syringe would be that color.
Okay, they're definitely not going to mention the story. We only have a minute left.
Oh yeah, they're not going to.
They're going to get high marks on inaccuracy, aren't they?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, this is actually like maybe the second time they just went off the rails and started adding completely unrelated bullshit.
Yeah, but that's after removing half of the entire SCP. They only kept the cover story and then they modified it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad they didn't show the Wanderer's Library in the video, because I don't want to see what they do with that.
I think this would be a 3 for, like, inaccuracy, which is...
yeah.
That is very uncommon for them, but also, yeah, 3.
Yeah, this definitely hits above, like, my threshold on, like, what should be 1 and 2s and what should be 3s.
Random person says, on one hand, horribly inaccurate. On the other hand, I can't stop thinking of Shadow Bigfoot moving across the screen with tape blasting in my head.
Okay. Listen. Listen. I say we can acknowledge that this is an objectively very funny video, whether they intended it to be or not. But as an SCP video, it's trash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But what I watched
tell you actually anything about the SCP, and they add random lies. But
if I was to ever get high or drunk, would I put this video back on? Yes, I would. Love it. Horrible. Yeah, it's
remember
like...
to keep munchies with you when you watch it, so you can have something to laugh with.
Yeah.
Anyways, in 3, 2.
Although I love it, but yeah, I still love it, but it's still horrible. Exactly. It's like the greasiest, most disgusting, but tasty food.
Yeah. Anyways, in 3, 2, 1.
Yes, go ahead.
All physical signs of its existence must be retrieved.
I'm going to say, if you're looking for fast food that seems very toker oriented, go for Jack in the Box.
There's no Jack in the Box near me. Actually, I don't think there's one in my state.
Well, I guess your state doesn't really have much fast food toker things.
We got McDonald's.
Listen, the only thing that I know about Jack in the Box is that they had like one of the actual best ad campaigns that ever happened, because it's just like completely deadpan Jack in the Box guy getting exasperated by just complete and utter nonsense and random scenarios being thrust upon him, and it's great. It's where we get the gem of an instance of a commercial where like Jack in a Box guy is sitting there and like around a group of kids, and he's like going around and saying, "All right, kids, what like, do you have anything to confess?" Or like basically like a little therapy session. And then it comes around to this one girl, and she's like, how do I tell my parents I'm a lesbian? And then it's just cut back to Jack in the Box guy staring at her. So did their opponents.
Let me show some examples of how they are
Anyways, are we ready to continue?
how they are like how they are toker food. Yeah.
That's fair, yeah.
They have
Go
things like they have their simpler things like the grilled cheese, their curly fries, their tacos. Those things are specifically designed in a way that a toker would be more likely to enjoy because not only is it very basic, but it'll. Why are you not like? There we go. But it also has. Okay, don't listen to me. Oh, yeah, sorry. My brain. But it also has more complicated foods that you would think, like, you look at and you're just thinking, yeah, only only someone very high would think about that. Like, one of their sandwiches has tater tots in it.
I've seen stuff like that. But also, Aaron, in case you ever wanted to find out what it feels like for us in voice call when like your computer starts fucking up and we can briefly hear you before you disconnect, that's what it was like. Like just all of a sudden, oh fuck. Anyway. We will never escape from Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Literally all of Jack in the Box's food
alleged sightings of
is kind of like on the toker. A toker would totally love this food. I grew up around tokers. I know, mostly hippies.
That's fair. Why is Bigfoot in an elevator and then suddenly hanging upside down?
Who knows?
You know what? He's having a bad night. He took something a bit too strong. It's okay. He has a buddy.
Anyways, 3, 2, 1.
Foundation custody and replaced with decoy items if necessary. Alleged sightings of SCP-1000 must always be investigated by MTF Zeta-1000, however trivial the claim may seem. Absolutely no contact with active instances of SCP-1000 is allowed without prior approval by Director Jones.
You know what? Maybe that ranger has been having a few too many brownies.
That's the only explanation I can think of.
So we're almost done.
SCP-1000 in humans, including Foundation personnel, must be reported to Director Jones immediately. To this day, any remaining instances of 1000 can be located in the forest regions of North America. Though there have been many reports, there have been no actual incidents involving it since its discovery. What did you think of this case? As always.
You know what? I think what they're trying to do there is like give him a posture like a chimp.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're trying to make him look like he's crouching, but they drew it wrong.
Yeah.
But they only the way that they puppeteer him makes it so they can only depict him Slav squatting.
Yeah. Okay, so they technically removed 3 entities if you think about it. The 3 SCPs that are mentioned.
Oh,
yeah, but I wouldn't really call those characters in this instance. Like they're just passing mentions.
They're mentions that are supposed to give you a better idea of their technology, so they do matter.
They also remove. Oh, sorry.
The trickster forest god.
I was about to say, but anyways, Hedrick, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
What I was gonna say is, like, in the past, we generally don't, like, immediately drop points based on them omitting discussions about other SCP objects.
That's true, but in this case, it should at least be 1 point for those SCPs because they aren't just random mentions. They're SCPs that are examples of the technology.
Well, I would say that still doesn't belong in character and removed
Oh,
characters.
you're right. That's the inaccuracy area. You're right. That's
Yeah.
not characters. That's
Wait,
a
I
different
didn't.
section.
Wait, I wasn't paying attention. What's the structure? Right? SCP 2000. Wait, isn't this the? Yeah, this is the fucking machine. The clone machine. 2000's the structure.
Anyway, that does not go in removed characters. It goes in a different section. We're looking for removed characters.
Parts in the structure, yeah.
It's in the
Anyways,
structure.
so removal of character / license. They removed the author.
So that's a 1.
Yeah, that's a 1.
Added
For
/ altered gore violence.
they removed a genocide.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to be said. They removed a genocide.
I think
Replaced
that's a 4.
replaced it with an asteroid falling out of the sky.
I definitely
see
think that's probably a 4.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing is like normally, like when assigning points, my brain goes to like with altered edited violence, like a case by not a case by case, like for every instance of edited or changed violence, it's a 1 point. But considering in this case they just omitted a genocide, yeah, 4. I'm fine with that.
Genocides are a bit bigger than a punch or a kill. It's a genocide.
Here's
Like let's put this into perspective, okay? The article specifically says that the population of the big feats was in the tens of billions,
yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Tens of billions. That is
Mm-hmm.
an
We wiped out
astronomical.
70%.
Yeah, they wiped out
single day.
70% in a single day. Like we are talking Star Wars planets being destroyed levels of population.
And they even have a name for it, the Day of Flowers.
Yeah. Like when we're getting into that like like Alderaan level of death, more so. We're getting close to Coruscant levels of death. Like if the Empire just decided to nuke Coruscant, we're getting towards that. Like it's even more than Alderaan at this point. Actually, no. No, Alderaan, I think that is actually right. I'm misremembering population. You know what? I've got a computer right here. Population of Alderaan. Yeah, Alderaan only had 2 billion inhabitants. It was a very sparsely populated. But like population of Coruscant, not Colorado, Coruscant. Oh, Coruscant is definitely a bit over. Coruscant is around 3 trillion. Less than Coruscant, more than Alderaan. That's a good sub. Star Wars planet with populations. Let's say 20 billion.
So basically, that's just 3 billion that were left alive. If 70% were wiped out in a single day. That's a lot of dead people. I mean, a lot of people, I mean.
But you gotta keep in mind, that's tens of billion, which means we're looking at least 20 billion.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, deviates from the plot of the article.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 or 3?
One of those.
True.
3 or 4.
What do you think, Hatchet?
I'd be feeling a 3 there. It's not the most egregious deviation we've seen, but it's still pretty damn bad. About 3 trillion. Yeah, I was misremembering the fucking population of Khövsgöl.
So, Hatchet, you said 3?
3.
Yeah, I'd say
Alright, only men in the video such offensive names.
There were no women that I saw, and
Just white
their
people.
depiction of
Oh, yeah.
the Sun group was
Yeah.
bad.
and the only instance of black people.
Yeah.
Oh.
So 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say 2. Like, if we had like a 2.9, I'd put it at 2.9.
Yeah, it's
like
not really
right
a 3, but it's bigger than a 2. But
Yeah,
it's better
it's
to just
like,
put it at a 2. There's no
Yeah.
2.5.
Yeah. Like it's like if we were rounding up, it would be a 3.
Hey, did better in the previous one.
Good for them. The
Alright.
main thing that saved them from being that bad was the fucking thumbnail.
Yeah. Alright.
The thumbnail was the best part as far as our rankings things go.